The woman was locked in a cage. On both sides, hungry lions paced back and forth. She was in the middle of a deadly game. A bodyguard dragged out a man. In front of him was a control panel with 3 buttons. If he pressed the right one to unlock the woman's cage, he'd win $3 million, but if he chose wrong, the other cages would open, and the lions would tear him apart. But the man wasn't worried at all, because the woman in the cage was his wife. A screen in front of her displayed the correct number. The man asked her what it was. She hesitated for a moment, then shouted 1, but the screen clearly showed 2. Without a second thought, the man pressed button 1, releasing the lions next to him. Turns out, his wife had betrayed him, just to keep the $3 million for herself. The man ran for his life, but there was no escape. The lions tore him apart. Next up was another man, and he was terrified, because the woman he was paired with had betrayed him before. Desperate, he begged her for the correct number. If she lied, he'd be dead. The woman glanced at the screen with a cold expression, then said 3. Seeing her unwavering stare, the man hesitated. Was she telling the truth this time? The game master urged him to decide. He clenched his teeth and pressed button 3. The cage door swung open, and he let out a sigh of relief. She hadn't lied this time. He won $4 million, but before he could celebrate, the second round began. If he lost, he'd be $300 million in debt, but if he won, he'd walk away with $1 billion. Fear crept in. He didn't want to play anymore. That's when the woman approached him. She offered to help him win and split the prize money with him. She had played this game before. She knew how to survive. He believed her and started dreaming about the life he'd have with $500 million. But what he didn't know was that he had just walked straight into a trap set by the game masters.